Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca, back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to rank the set 41 through set 45 headliners, featured cards. We're going to rank them 1 through 5. We already gave each one of these cards an individual video that has an in-depth Chewy review. Go check those videos out. I'll make sure I tag them whenever I'm going over each card about why they're ranked in a certain position that they're ranked. Some of the criteria for these rankings are we're going to compare the 5 cards amongst themselves, as well as other cards within the position in the game, as well as how much they cost, and obviously the attributes of the card themselves. Before we get into ranking these 5 cards, what I need you guys to do is hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you know whenever I'm uploading more videos, as well as comment and share this video. That way we can continue to grow the channel. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me so far. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 5. To start off the list at the 5 spot, we have the always intense Gold Glove for the Oakland Athletics, Matt Chapman. He's a third baseman, 97 overall, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting with no secondary positions. He has diamond hitting, diamond defense. Looking at his attributes, you're going to see that he's a mid-contact guy, and he has 82 contact versus righty, 72 contact versus lefty. Has great pop and power with his bat at 97 plus, with maxing at 109 against the left-handed pitching. Not great vision at 77 vision, but he has an amazing glove at third base. The reason Chapman's coming in at number 5 is the other 4 cards on the list I feel are better than he is, are more useful in the game. There's a plethora of good defensive third basemen. There's a guy, his name's Mike Schmidt. He's a Hall of Famer. He's the Philadelphia Phillies face of the franchise card, 99 overall, that I think's essentially Matt Chapman with better hitting attributes, better vision. He has a little bit goofier swing than Chapman does, but he's a for free card for this Chapman. You're going to have to pay about $50K to get him still. I just think at the price and what Matt Chapman offers you on the field, you can get out of that Mike Schmidt, as well as if you want to go for even a little bit of a less time-consuming option, you get the Brian Hayes from the Pirates Future Stars card. Also a great fielder, a little bit faster than this Chapman, and also has a very good base hit type of swing. He's not going to have the power Chapman does. If you want that, you're going to have to go after Schmidt from the Philadelphia Phillies, faces the franchise, Stage 3 team affinity. But I just don't think this Chapman is worth the price you got to pay for him, so that's why he's coming in at the 5th spot. Coming in at number 4. The 4 spot's going to feature the 98 overall Joey Bart, Future Stars for the San Francisco Giants. He's a catcher with no secondary positions. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. He has diamond hitting and diamond defense. Essentially, this is the poor man's version of Buster Posey. They both play for the San Francisco Giants. And by Buster Posey, I mean the MVP 99 overall Buster Posey. Especially once you get to the Prestige XP reward path and you get a Prestige version of the Buster Posey. This is definitely the poor man's version of him. They have about the same defense at catcher, and then they both crush left-handed pitching, as you can see, especially Joey Bart, the 105 contact versus lefty, the 110 power versus lefty. Not that great a vision, but what are you going to do? He's not that expensive on the market because there are a lot of other catchers that are pretty comparable to him. Another guy I could see that would maybe be a little bit better option than Joey Bart, in my opinion, price for price, is the Gold Glove Salvador Perez, where he's, I believe, a 96 or 97 overall catcher for the Kansas City Royals. That card has a great glitchy swing. This Joey Bart has a good swing in its own right. However, just compared to the other guys on the list, he's not better than the 3 other guys that are still remaining, as well as he's a little bit better than Matt Chapman. Being catcher is a little bit of a harder position to find a player that plugs in well, because not all of them are great power hitters. But like I said, you can get the Buster Posey for free. This Joey Bart's essentially the poor man's Buster Posey, which is kind of funny because he's actually going to be the guy that replaces Buster Posey in real life here in the next year or 2, I would assume, and Buster Posey will go slide on over to first base. Or if they keep the designated hitter, I could see Buster Posey just being the designated hitter for the San Francisco Giants. But we'll see what the future holds for Buster Posey and Joey Bart. As for his Future Stars card, Joey Bart's going to sit at the 4th spot. Coming in at number 3. In the middle of this list, at the 3 spot, we're going to have the man that can control the clouds, controls thunder and lightning. We got Thor, a.k.a. Noah Syndergaard, the starting pitcher for the New York Mets. It's his prime card. He's 96 overall. He's right-handed throwing, left-handed batting. He has a 5-pitch repertoire that includes a 4-seam fastball that's going to go 101 miles an hour, a sinker, curveball, slider, and changeup. The sinker does have the outlier 2 on it, so it can go 100 miles an hour as well, which is what's really put him in the 3 spot, because I don't think his attributes are actually that great compared to the Bart or Chapman, but the fact he has that outlier 2 and a really good pitch repertoire allows Syndergaard to bump up into the 3 spot. I think it's going to be very hard to hit, especially with his release and the pitch selection that he does have. You're looking at a guy that has pretty low hits per 9 for this point in the game. Good K per 9, pretty decent base on balls per 9 in control. Obviously great velocity, great pitch repertoire as I mentioned. And I'm just not really sold on the Syndergaard, and that's what's going to hold him up in the 3 spot here. There's a lot of other starting pitchers in the game, especially guys that are for free or have been for free that are better than the Syndergaard already. But some guys might really love the card. I don't know how effective he'll be, especially since there's a lot of 99 overall hitters out there, a lot of guys with high contact, high power. That 86 hits per 9 really, really scares me. The best comparison I can give for him would probably be... It's a hard one. I can't. He's his own type of pitcher. I don't think there's really a guy you can compare him to. Like in real life, I compare him to maybe Justin Verlander when Justin Verlander was a little bit younger. But in the game, I can't really think of anybody. I guess Justin Verlander would still be a good comparison. He throws the ball hard, has some other pitches that also go very hard. But Verlander gets crushed, and Syndergaard's gold card gets crushed. So I'm assuming this card can get crushed as well. But it's going to land him at the 3 spot. The attributes just did him no justice here. I wish he would have... If he had his hits per 9 in the mid-90s, he'd probably be number 1 on the list, to be honest. Like, you got another 10 points on his hits per 9, probably in the number 1. But with that 86, it's really scary. He reminds me of actually a little bit better version of the prime Roy Oswalt, who has like his hits per 9 in like the high 70s and then like the low 80s if you prestige him. And he gets wrecked now in the game. Early on, he was nasty, but now in the game, he's not that great. And that's what this Syndergaard reminds me of. Coming in at number 2. The guy taking the 2nd spot on the list might be a little bit surprising to some people, especially with the 5 cards that were an option for this rankings. However, this 96 overall 2018 Silver Slugger Trevor Story shortstop for the Colorado Rockies gets the job done for a shortstop. He has great range, great arm strength. He absolutely crushes the ball versus lefties and is pretty decent against righties when it comes to hitting. Now, he does have really low vision at 65. Also, I got to mention he's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting with no secondary positions, diamond hitting, diamond defense. But this card, the fact that he just has such a glitchy swing that when you connect, he lifts the ball. He always seems to drive it into the gaps. He seems to hit a lot of home runs, even in his live series card, which is nowhere near as good as this card is. Maybe when it's playing up it is, but for the most part, this Trevor Story absolutely wrecks. I think he has one of the best swings in the game. And at 92 speed with 81 reaction, the 80 fielding and the 90 arm strength, he's pretty much very, very good defensive shortstop. He gets to a lot of balls, and it seems like, however his animations work, he has a really, really good first step in this game. His first step reminds me a lot of Fernando Tatis Jr.'s first step, and it seems like he gets to balls that guys that might even have better speed or fielding and stuff don't get to. Like, the guy I can compare him best to is either that Fernando Tatis Jr., or I do use the Gold Glove Ozzie Smith every once in a while. And that Gold Glove Ozzie Smith flags a lot of stuff down as well. Even though Ozzie Smith isn't a great hitter, defensively he's nasty. And that's what this Trevor Story reminds me of. And that's really playing a lot with his card. Obviously, I played with the live series cards of all these guys. And I played with some of the cards in this list as well. The Trevor Story just always seems to play above his attributes. And that's really what's put him at number 2 here. And I mean, just look, if you pitch a lefty against him, he's going to mash. He's going to rake. At the very least, you have a good defensive sub shortstop that can mash left-handed pitching off the bench if you need a pinch hitter. And that's like worst case scenario. It could be a lot of guys starting shortstop, especially if you're newer in the game. Coming in at number 1. I'm sure this number 1 pick is no surprise to anybody that watches the channel on a regular basis. However, this closing pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, John Smoltz, signature series card, 96 overall, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, with a 5-pitch repertoire that has a slider, 4-seam fastball, splitter, changeup, and curveball, is taking the top spot. I think it's safe to say that we probably didn't want to see a fourth John Smoltz diamond card in the game, and I'm one of those people as well. He already had a 92 overall closing pitcher card. Does he need a 96 overall closing pitcher card? Maybe not, but this card is pretty filthy, especially for what it is. I mean, this is one of the few times I bought some headliner packs to see if I could get John Smoltz, because I loved watching Smoltz pitch when I was growing up. He's a righty that throws a nasty slider, splitter combination, as well as you throw in that four-seam fastball. It's probably going to go about 100 miles an hour. He has great attributes. The 104 hits per 9, the 116 K per 9, just really what you want with a closer, as well as his quirks. He has all of the necessary quirks to make his pitches even nastier. And that really separates him from the rest of the guys in the list. Like Trevor Story, Syndergaard, Bart, Chapman, all those guys are kind of in one group. And then there's John Smoltz up here that kind of separated himself based on the attributes, the usefulness. Now, there are a lot of righties that have come out recently that are studs in the bullpen. So I get that maybe this John Smoltz isn't all he's hyped up to be, maybe. But I still think he's serviceable and can be in anybody's back-end, end-game, bullpen, period. Like, I get Mariano Rivera's out there. I get the Eric Gagne Cy Young card came out, all that stuff. And those are a great right-handed option. But I think Smoltz can go in there and pitch with them as well. And the fact that he has a slider as his first pitch in his pitch repertoire, I think, is really important. Because that means that slider is going to be absolutely filthy and hard to hit. That's why I got him coming in at the number 1 spot. That's going to wrap up this video that's ranking the set 41 through set 45 headliners featured cards. As you guys have seen, the closing pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, 96 overall, John Smoltz, is taking the top spot. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this ranking list, and if you agree with it or disagree with it. Maybe you guys think someone like Matt Chapman should have been higher than the 5th spot. Let me know. We can talk about it. My mind can always be changed if you give me a very good argument, but I appreciate the support. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video. You guys have a great day and be safe.